Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Asif Ali Sayed from the Department of Business Administration, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. Today, we shall be discussing about the module Cases of Successful Social Enterprises of the paper Skill Development and Social Entrepreneurship. After completing this module, the students will be able to discover that common people from amongst us proceeded on to become successful social entrepreneurs and establish that others have done it too around the world, and innovation and greatness has no boundary or ethnicity. Introduction to Social Entrepreneurs. Successful social enterprises are all around us, and there are numerous people who have achieved it by creating them and are living stories. These are truly inspirational, real life examples of common people who have become change agents for the society. We just need to open up our minds and let the change come in. Towards exploring through a set of 10 stories that are as real life examples from ours amidst our daily life, we find these engines of social transformation, and they inspire us to question ourselves in judging whether we too could have done something like them, or would we like to tread their path to become social entrepreneurs. The different social entrepreneurial case studies. Story 1. Dr. Muhammad Yunus, the microfinance revolution. One of the foremost torchbearers of social entrepreneurship in recent times would be Muhammad Yunus. Muhammad Yunus is considered a foremost contemporary authority on microfinance and social capitalism and has been an author to many books dedicated to this concept. Muhammad Yunus has established a network of Grameen banks that is dedicated to providing microcredits to rural customers who otherwise are ineligible for credit loan under current bank rules, and support their slow migration towards financial independence. Founded in 1983, the bank has brought in a net income of more than $10 million, and his work with the organization landed Yunus a Nobel Prize in 2006. The third of 9 children, Yunus was born on 28 June 1940 to a Bengali Muslim family in the village of Bhatua by the Boxirhat Road in Hatha Zari, Chittagong, in the Bengal Presidency of the British Raj, which today forms modern Bangladesh. His father was Haji Dula Mia Shodgar, a jeweler, and his mother was Sufia Khatun. Yunus studied in Chittagong College. He became active in cultural activities and won awards for drama. In 1957, he enrolled in the Department of Economics at Dhaka University and completed his BA in 1960 and MA in 1961. Story 2. Arvind Kejriwal, a political socio-engineer. Arvind Kejriwal was born in 16th August 1968, is the Chief Minister of Delhi since February 2015. He is the national convener of the Aam Aadmi Party. His meteoric rise as a politician came from his commitment to fight corruption and transparent development that won the hearts of people of our national capital territory, Delhi. Has a literary rate of over 88%. His party won the 2015 Delhi Assembly elections with a majority, obtaining 67 out of 70 assembly seats in the elections of 2016. Kejriwal is a graduate of Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, and worked in the Indian Revenue Services as a Joint Commissioner of Income Tax Department in New Delhi. He is also reported to have worked at Tata Steel and Mother Teresa's Missionary of Charity. He founded Parivartan, an NGO to initiate citizen empowerment via the Right to Information Act and participatory citizen forums. He believes in the philosophy that democratic rights should be exercised not only in elections but also in policy implementation and budget allocations. Arvind Kejriwal. In 2006, Kejriwal was awarded the Ramon Magsaysay Award for Emergent Leadership, recognizing his involvement in the grassroots movement Parivartan. The same year, after resigning from the IRS, he donated his Magsaysay Award money as a corpus fund to found the Public Cause Research Foundation NGO Raman Magsaysay Award Foundation 2006. In 2012, he launched the Aam Aadmi Party and the party won in 2013 Delhi Legislative Assembly election. Following the election, he took office as the Chief Minister of Delhi on 28 December 2013. He resigned 49 days later on 14 February 2014, stating he did so because of his minority government's inability to pass his proposed anti-corruption legislation due to a lack of support from the other political parties. On 14 February 2015, he was sworn in as the Chief Minister for a second term after his party's victory in Delhi Assembly election. Story 3. Dr. Bindeshwar Pathak, Human Rights Champion. Dr. Bindeshwar Pathak is the founder of the Sulabh International Rastogi, an India-based social service organization which works to promote human rights, environment sanitation and non-conventional sources of energy. Other initiatives by Sulabh Foundation are waste management and social reforms through education. He is the current brand ambassador for Swachh Rail Mission of Indian Railways, Sulabh International Social Services Organization of 2016. His work is considered pioneering in social reform, especially in the field of sanitation and hygiene. He received various national and international awards for his work with this organization. He has received a great deal of national and international recognition for his work, including the Stockholm Water Prize in 2009, and he is considered a pioneer for social reforms. Bindeshwar Pathak was born on 2nd April 1943 in Rampur, Bihar. He graduated in sociology in 1964. He earned his master's degree in 1980 and his PhD in 1985 from the University of Patna. A prolific writer and speaker, Pathak has authored several books and well known of which is The Road to Freedom. He understood the plight of scavengers and joined the Bhangi Mukti Cell, that is Scavengers Liberation Cell of the Bihar Gandhi Centenary Celebration Committee. At that time, he was pursuing his PhD research, so he travelled all over India and spent time with scavengers to have an actual understanding of the social segregation and inhuman rejection of this community. Sulabh International Social Services Organization 2016. Drawing on that experience, he resolved to take action not only out of sympathy for the scavengers but also in the belief that scavenging is a dehumanizing practice that would ultimately have a destructive impact on modern Indian society. Story 4. Roshna Zafar, Women Empowerment. Roshna Zafar is a Pakistani female entrepreneur working on women's economic empowerment. Roshna Zafar founded the Kashf Foundation in 1996, first specialized microfinance organization in Pakistan, and serves as its managing director. She is inspired by works of Dr. Yunus of Grameen Bank fame in Bangladesh, a Nobel laureate who is considered an authority in microfinance. Prior to establishing the foundation, she worked with the World Bank in Islamabad for several years. Roshna Zafar was one of the first Ashoka Fellows in Pakistan and has been a Schwab Foundation social entrepreneur since 2004, Women's World Ranking 2016. Roshna Zafar has also been awarded the Tamgha-e-Imtiyaz, one of Pakistan's highest civilian awards, by the President of Pakistan for her work in the field of development and women's empowerment, and was also awarded the Skoll Award for Social Entrepreneurship in 2007. Roshna Zafar is a graduate from Wharton Business School, University of Pennsylvania, USA, and also holds a master's degree in development economics from Yale University, USA. Roshna Zafar featured in Ashoka blog on Forbes.com, where she discussed problems and challenges faced by women entrepreneurs in Pakistan. When she was asked, what is the inspiration that led you to the field of women's empowerment in particular? Story 5. Zubaida Bai, female healthcare technopreneur. Zubaida Bai, raised in Chennai, India, she earned her master's in engineering in product development and design and an MBA from the Colorado State University. It is reported that Zubaida, during her first parturition, she developed an infection after giving birth to her first child, which caused her to suffer for years. She realized it as a common problem faced by rural women in India who are often geographically isolated from standard health facilities, particularly vulnerable during maternity period. This inspired her to do something for the Indian healthcare of expecting women and founded AYZH, AYZH. Bai was named a TED Fellow in 2009, an Ashoka Maternal Health Fellow in 2010-11 and an Echoing Green Fellow in 2012. In 2011, her design for Janma, a clean birth kit, was selected by Index Award as one of the 61 products globally designed to improve life. Zubaida Bai is now widely renowned in the field of engineering design for low-cost health products customized for the developing world. Her work at the bottom of the pyramid demonstrates her passion for empowering underdeserved women and girls. Her company AYZH designed vital healthcare products for women and girls in poverty. Now her company is expanding their kit-style approach to include reproductive, maternal, child adolescents health products, extending these values and empowerment to millions of women and children throughout the developing world. AYZH or AYZH is positioned to become a leader in the space of sustainable social business focused on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In June 2016, Zubaida was named an SDG pioneer at the UN's SDG Global Compact Summit for her work in India 2016. As a World Economic Forum young global leader, her passion and determination continue to attract strategic partnerships from around the world. Story 6. Ila Ramesh Bhatt, Self-Employed Women Association founder. Ila Ramesh Bhatt was born in Ahmedabad on 7 September 1933 in a well-to-do family of successful lawyers. Her father Sumantra Bhatt and mother Vanalila Vyas, an activist in women's movement, a legal professional. Bhatt is a part of International Labour Cooperative Women and Microfinance movement and has won several national and international awards, including the Ramon Magsaysay Award of 1977, Right Livelihood Award 1984 and Padma Bhushan 1986. She is an activist with Gandhian philosophy. She is the founder of Self-Employed Women's Association of India, SEWA 1972, and served as its General Secretary from 1972 to 1996. Ila Bhatt's childhood was spent in the city of Surat, where she attended the Sarjanik Girls High School from 1940 to 48. She received her Bachelor's of Arts degree in English from the MTB College, South Gujarat University in Surat in 1952. After graduation, she pursued a degree in law at Sir L.A. Shaw Law College in Ahmedabad and scored a gold medal for her work on Hindu law. Initially, Bhatt started her career as a faculty for English at SNDT Women's University in Mumbai, but in 1955 she went on and joined Textile Labourers Association in Ahmedabad. Ila went on to head its women wing in 1968. She traveled to Israel for further education and Afro-Asian Institute of Labor and Cooperatives in Tel Aviv for 3 months, receiving the International Diploma of Labor and Cooperatives in 1971. Ela Bhatt felt the need to organize the self-employed women into a union, an idea that gave birth to the Self-Employed Women's Association SEWA in 1972. Nelson Mandela, Grace Machel and Desmond Tutu convened a group of world leaders who would participate in talks to tackle some of the modern society's severest problems. Nelson Mandela announced the formation of his new group, the Elders, in a speech on his 89th birthday, and on 18th July 2007 in Johannesburg, South Africa, the Elders group was found. Ela Bhatt was involved in the Elders Initiative and she worked untiringly towards the cause like equality for women and girls and issue of child marriage in India. Story 7. Anshu Gupta, a social economic entrepreneur and the founder of Gunj. Anshu Gupta was born in Meerut, Uttar Pradesh and spent much of his childhood in small towns of Uttar Pradesh like Chakrauta, Banbasa and Bareilly, since his father was with the Indian Army's military engineering services and had transfer postings. At a young age of 14, he had to shoulder a lot of family responsibility after his father's heart attack and he being the eldest among his 4 siblings. He met with a severe road accident at the end of class 12 that left him debilitated for a long time and scarred for life. In spite of all the odds, he earned a master's in economics and is a double major in journalism and mass communication. He volunteered for the relief work in earthquake-hit Uttarakashi in North India in 1991. This gave him a first-hand exposure of the difficulties faced by rural India, that is where Gunj was created. The profile of Gunj in 2014. Anshu Gupta founded Gunj, a Delhi-based NGO that has created a model for a parallel economy which is not cash-based but trash-based. With Gunj, Anshu has brought attention to a non-market, non-monetary approach, one grounded in empathy and dignity. Today, a pan-presence of Gunj that encompasses cities and villages in handling around 3,000 tons of material annually. He was conferred with Social Entrepreneur of the Year award by Schwab Foundation for Social Entrepreneurship in 2012, won the Ramon Magsaysay Award in 2015, is an Ashoka Fellow amongst many others. Initiatives by Gunj include Cloth for Work, not just a piece of cloth, and Rahat, focus on humanitarian aid, community development and disaster relief work across 22 states in India. Gunj is reputed for taking anything and everything that is discarded in cities like a stapler pin to industrial generator and anything else. Story 8. Nand Kishore Chaudhary, Jaipur Rugs, Vardhan. Nand Kishore Chaudhary was born in a Marwadi family in the Churu district of Rajasthan on June 13, 1953. His father was in the business of shoemaking. He found his calling in the carpet business and founded Jaipur Rugs in 1978, which now is one of the leading social enterprises in India. The Indian knotted carpet industry reeled under the exploitation of middlemen, while the artisans had to sell their art at a very cheap rate and the middlemen took the cream out of the business. Nand Kishore Chaudhary recognized this problem and wanted to change this scenario. He established an equitable business model through Jaipur Rugs and eliminated the middlemanship. He connected the poor weavers with the market chain that catered globally, took initiatives towards human capability and skill development of these artisans and ensured a steady income for these skilled artisans. He started his carpet business with 2 rooms and 9 artisans. The organization now consists of 40,000 artists across 6 states in India and is India's leading manufacturer and exporter of hand-knotted rugs with exports to more than 40 countries across the world. Now, Jaipur Rugs focuses on R&D in the industry and investment on material and technology upgradation and aims to take it at par with the international markets. Mr. Nand Kishore Chaudhary has taken the leap of a visionary, and through his initiatives empowered the underprivileged people. He has created a path of inclusive development where people have become independent financially, created opportunities for better skill development and better and respectable working conditions for women. It is a story of self-development through contribution substantially towards a society as a whole. Story 9. Dr. Varghese Kurian, The White Revolution, Amul. Dr. Varghese Kurian is the father of India's milk revolution. Varghese Kurian was born on 26 November 1921 and died on 9 September 2012. Better known as father of the White Revolution in India, he was a social entrepreneur whose contribution towards the holistic development of the Indian dairy industry is tangible and profound. He was born into a Syrian Christian family in at Calicut, Madras Presidency, now Kozhikode, Kerala. Kurian completed his schooling at Diamond Jubilee Higher Secondary School in Gobichettipalayam in Kerala. His father was a civil surgeon with the government hospital. A physics graduate from Loyola College, Madras, he went on to pursue a bachelor's in mechanical engineering. He went to United States on a Government of India scholarship and returned with a master's degree in mechanical engineering in metallurgy, with a minor in nuclear physics from Michigan State University in 1948. Later in his career, he took training in dairy technology on a government sponsorship from New Zealand, Moses 2013. It was Tribhuvan Das Kishibhai Patel who founded the Kaira District Cooperative Milk Producers Union in Khera district following the advice of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in 1946. Thereafter, Dr. Varghese Kurian went on to manage and further develop it into a state-of-the-art program, which many others emulated to gain competitive advantage in the market while saving on advertising and avoiding competing against each other. The Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation Limited (GCMMF), an apex marketing body of these district cooperatives, was set up in 1973. The Kaira Union, which had the brand name Amul with it since 1955, transferred it to GCMMF. Today, Amul is one of the leading indigenous brands that function as a cooperative society and empowers the rural segments who are the dairy farmers. It is reported that the owners of these cooperatives, who actually are the dairy farmers, realized 3/4 of the cost paid by the customers. Amul gained competitive advantage in the market through an innovation that allowed it to produce milk powder from buffalo milk instead of cow milk, and that is in short supply. He founded the National Dairy Development Board (NDDB) in 1965 to replicate Amul's Anand's pattern nationwide. Summary. Let us summarize the different case studies of successful social entrepreneurs which we have perused in this module. The stories of these 9 social entrepreneurs reinforce the age-old saying, where there is a will, there is a way. The tools they all seemingly utilized were courage, knowledge, and willingness to work for unselfish reasons. Their goodness spread social empowerment and equity among huge masses that enabled them to alleviate poverty and instill financial independence and self-respect. Educationally, we see that people crossed over domains and achieved excellence in something new to them. But mostly, we see people with good education had a higher success rate. This may be attributed to the life skills that they gained during formal educational training that made them adaptable to change. Their lives are pertinent examples of karma and wealth creation. Thank you.